Hey, it's Ruben in the shop. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I've been busy here in the shop, really trying to start the year right, getting listings up, getting things out the door. I thought it'd be cool if maybe I did an update video, let you guys know what my top sales were since January 7th. That was the last time I uploaded a reselling video. You may have noticed I updated or I made an update video on the sports cards. I got those submitted into PSA last week. Luckily, I did. Turns out PSA upped their prices on Monday. So if I would have waited any longer, it would have cost me twice as much to get the cards graded. So, yeah, very happy, very lucky there. So let me show you what sold over these last 50 days or so. We'll start with number 15. Number 15 is a clothing sale. It's actually a kind of a cheat. It was 2 items, but they're just too cool not to share. These were, first was a Tony Hawk Airwalk sweatshirt. I've had this for quite a while. It's small. It is vintage, probably from the late 80s, early 90s. That sold for $90. And second was same sale, this vintage wizard t-shirt, single stitch. It was really well worn. It was like coming apart here at the collar. That was $70. So it ended up being a $160 sale. Pretty cool. Next up is a vintage 40s pinup calendar. This calendar was out of southern Colorado. Speedway Gas, really small gas company. I got this out of an ephemera lot, the best ephemera lot I've ever bought. I think I paid like $112, $115 for it. It was at the estate in Red River, one of the best sales I've ever been a part of. I got some really cool stuff in this lot, including this calendar. I got the 4th appearance of Aquaman comic book, a Golden Age comic book, the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer comic book, lots of cool stuff. So this is just a cherry on the top. That sold for $180. Number 14 is the same as number 13. These are Chalet Glass out of Canada. They're both in the shape of mushrooms. Most Chalet Glass you'll see are these vases. They're really big and wide. Got these 2 paperweight mushrooms at the local auction. I paid $25 for the lot. Ended selling both of them on Etsy. One of them for $170, the other for $200. The one that was $170 had a little divot on the top, so I priced it down. As far as I know, those are the high prices for the mushrooms, the Chalet mushrooms. Both of them are going back to Canada, and it only took 2 days for them both to sell, so very cool. Next up, we have this Jesus Santo. It was signed Griffin. I buy a lot of Southwest Santos, so Santos are religious figures, often carved out of wood. It's kind of a tradition, I guess, out here. The Jesus ones for me seem to do the best. I didn't know who Griffin was, but it just had a really good look. Took an offer of $200 for the Jesus. Number 10, we have this Upper Deck Black Diamond Michael Jordan Quadruple Diamond Emerald. I don't know. It was serial numbered to 150. This was number 73. When I was going through my card collection, this card seemed, it would have been worth grading, but there was a little bit of wear on the corners, so I didn't think it would get rated high enough, because if it came back a 7, it probably would have dropped the value down. Cards are hot right now, so I listed this for $250. Had some interest, took an offer of $210. Based on my research, the highest quadruple diamond from this year, Michael Jordan, had sold for $185, so I think I'm on the top mark on that. Happy with that sale. Next is number 9. We have the Saraheda Birch Bark Basket. The design there, excuse me. The design there in the pink is actually porcupine quills. This was from Fort Laird. This particular basket had a lot of information on it. So I included that in the listing. It did have a break on the bottom, which affected the price somewhat. It sold for $225. If it didn't have the break, maybe I could have gotten $300. I'd gotten it at an antique mall. One of my favorite booths was maybe 50% off. I think I paid $40 for the basket. Next up is the 1960 Tonka cement truck. You might remember this. I got it out of that kind of mystery toy lot. This was the best item in there. It still had its box. Pretty cool thing. Ended up getting $250 for it. Yeah, it took about a month to sell. I was getting a lot of offers of like $150. I just wasn't really willing to sell it for that. I was willing to wait, and I got the price I was hoping for. Number 7 is this Jacques Angel. This was a really cool thing. I paid $30 for it at an estate auction. They just had it as Pottery Angel. They had a picture of the signature, but it was pretty unclear. I took it home. It was about 12, 13 inches tall and about 9 pounds. I took it home, looked at it, looked at the signature, started typing in Jacques Star. Eventually, I found it. These things have sold for as little as $30 at some auctions, but usually they don't know who the artist is. So I knew who the artist was. I listed it for $300. It sold within 48 hours for $275. It went to Maryland. The person was very concerned about the shipping and it getting there intact. I wrapped it all the way around with pool noodles. They got the package. They were super happy that they got it. It's perfect condition. So if you ever see this, well, if I ever see this, Jacques, I'm going to buy it again. Next up, number 6, I believe, is this Antiqueretablo. Retablos are, again, religious figures, usually saints. Some of the paintings are on wood board. More of the modern ones are on wood board. This was on canvas. I got this out of an estate auction. They had quite an extensive collection of retablos. Yeah, I was able to get this one. I think I paid $30 for it. I took an offer earlier this week, last week, of $299.99. Great sale, 10 times my money. Had it up in the shop. Was happy to take it down and ship it out. Number 5 was this pair of Gerald Naylor screen prints. I got these at the local auction earlier in that week. This is about, let's say, a year ago, 6 months ago. There was an estate auction that had only one of these screen prints, and it sold for like $120. So then when I was at the live auction, so yeah, it had to be over a year ago now. When I was at the live auction, I saw it come up. I had seen the other one sell. And when the bidding only got up to $90, I was expecting them to go for like $200 or something. I threw my hand in the air and ended up stealing them at $95. I took an offer on these. They went to Chicago, and they sold for $325. So not the best ROI, but still happy to make a couple $100. Number 4 on the list. Here's a big jump. This is a pair of signed Harvey carved Thunderbirds. Sold for $600. Again, I took an offer. I think I had them up for $1,200. There was a family with the last name Harvey, with descendants of the Haida people, who were doing these from, I believe, the 40s up through the 80s. I didn't know if this was the father or the son. I believe that the father would carve these totems and the mother would paint them, and then later the son would do both the carving and the painting. I got these at the local Salvation Army. They were in the case. They had just come in. Me and the manager talked about them. Did he have them priced? I don't think he had them priced yet. Long story short, He said, make me an offer. I said $40, not really sure what they were, hadn't done the research yet. He said, oh yeah, that's fine. So got a good deal on that, $40 into $600, very happy. Number 3 on the list is this Ernie Bushmiller original comic art. Ernie Bushmiller is the creator of Nancy, that's who's featured in this comic. I got this at an estate sale. They didn't even have it marked as original art. I think it was 4 of them, and it was just artwork or picture. I could tell that they were original comic art. This was the prize of the bunch. This Ernie Bushmiller. It's from the 40s. Pretty funny comic. Nancy staring at a glass pane that says watch window. And then baseball comes crashing through. She thought it was quite the show. So when I listed this for $400 initially. Immediately started getting offers. Someone had talked me down all the way to $275, or I went as low as $275, and they were trying to get it for $250, saying that it only has one character, it wasn't worth as much. Then I got a few more offers around $200. I knew that there was definite interest in this. I figured might as well auction it, so I ended the listing, relisted it as an auction, started it at 99 cents. And watched it rise all the way up to $560. Really great sell. Happy with that. Number 2 on the list is the Cookie Times cookie jar. That's the rare Friends screen, or it wasn't screen used. It's the same one that's in the girls' apartment on Friends. I got this at auction. Remember, it was a super sleeper. I think I paid $25 for it, maybe a little less. I did have it listed for $1,000. Someone offered me $850 for it. It went to Los Angeles. Really happy with that sale. The only one that's topped it, I believe there's one that sold for $950 a few months ago. I believe that one was new in box though. This one had a little bit of chipping on the top edge where the lid went. Regardless, the person who got it was very happy to get it. Got there safe. And yeah, great sale. So I sold that one day, and then thinking that would be my top sale, hopefully not for the year, but at least for the first quarter. But the very next day, it got topped by this Alan Hauser bronze cat. This is, I believe he's a New Mexico artist. I know he's a native artist. He has since passed. He is one of the foremost bronze artists in America, or was, especially in the last century. So I got this at an estate auction. I paid $200 for it. I had done the research. I was pretty confident that I would at least be able to double my money. As I got more into the research, I got really hyped on it, and I had it listed for $1,299. A week before it sold, someone contacted me saying that you can buy these bronzes here in New Mexico at a museum for $500. I looked for that. I tried to see if that was accurate. I couldn't find that to be true, but I did lower the price down to $899.99. The guy contacted me again and said, hey, this is way too much money. And then someone else came along, I think also in Chicago, and bought. They paid the full asking price, which at the time was $899.99, and yeah, out the door it went. So those were the top 15 sales this last 50 days or so. There were a few other cool sales that I wanted to share with you. The first is this Marimekko vintage dress. Marimekko is designer, Scandinavian, I want to say Dutch, not sure. I got this dress at the St. Vincent de Paul near my, where I live. It sold for $150. I believe I paid $10 for it. Really cool sale, really happy with it. Next are some media items that I was pretty stoked on. There's I don't know if we've gone over this. There's a new bookstore that's opened up by the shop. So every once in a while, like 2 or 3 times a week, I stop in. It's a Friends of the Library bookstore. They have lots of volunteers, and they are constantly putting new stuff out onto the shelves. I found these two Beatles tab books, so they're song books, let you know like the tabs, how to play, and also there were CDs part of them. Paid $2 a piece for them. They sold in a few days for $65. Sold a couple of, or I'm sorry, 4 of these Saturday Evening Post magazines. I had bought in 10 not too long ago at auction. Sold them on eBay, listed them on auction for like $10 a piece. They all sold pretty quickly. So then when I saw these magazines, I got them at the bookstore. Paid $1 a piece. I've sold 4 so far for a total of $85. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if the old Life magazines are doing well, if they don't have a famous person on the cover, but these Saturday Evening Posts seem to be working out pretty well for me. So if you see them out there, maybe give them a shot. They're all from the 30s and 40s. Next is a couple of VHS. We have Bloody New Year. This came in a lot of VHS I bought in an estate auction. This one sold for $50. Cool sell. And then we have Zombie, which sold for $40. So I put those at the high end of the rainbow price, and both of them got it. Both of them, I was thinking I might have to wait till Halloween time, but horror sales at all time. And finally, this CD, Richie Roy and Bobby Ortiz. It's a salsa CD. I got this in Santa Fe. Anytime I'm up in Santa Fe, I'll try to stop by the Goodwill or Salvation Army. I got this for $2, and it went to, I want to say it went to Europe, and it sold for $76.49. So that's what's been selling, some of the stuff that's left to shop. Moving forward, I'm not going to be able to do videos every day like I was 50 days ago. I had a good streak going, but it's just too much. What I am going to try to do is do weekly videos. Maybe do top sales, top finds. I don't know. Maybe you guys can throw some suggestions and what you would like to see in a weekly video. Maybe have like guests and stuff. We'll see. Until then, I'm going to bid you adieu. My name is Ruben. I'm having a good day. Hoping you're having a good day. Let's talk again soon.